Welcome all to at another new day to listen about another new story from Azadika Amrit Mahotsav story series by Mommy Show Musings. Today, let's meet another interesting and brave warrior from Indian history from Northern India. Before we move ahead and talk about this person, I want to ask you one question. As soon as we talk about Subash Chandra Bose ji, what do you remember? We all remember about Indian National Army or Azad Hind Fauz, isn't it? But do you know how many phases has actually comprised of Azad Hind Fauz? And my question to you today is, do you know who is the first supreme sacrifice uh, made from the Azad Hind Fauz? Come on, let's move on to meet the main character from the story today. That is none other than Major Durga Malla from Indian National Army or Azad Hind Force. Why we need to talk about him is what we will be seeing today. He was born in a small village near Dehradun in Uttarakhand, and as a child itself, he was very, inclined towards Indian national movement, Indian independence movement, and he used to always talk about, why we should be working under Britishers and stuff like that. He used to mix with all the radical groups from Dehradun. So when Gandhiji has started the non-cooperation movement, he was just a school-going kid. But he still got so influenced from by this non-cooperation movement that he started distributing pamphlets about it in and around his village. In fact, he used to stealthily sneak into Gorkha regiment from Dehradun and stick the pamphlets about the non-cooperation movement there. Isn't he a courageous boy at that point of time? Slowly, and because of that, his family was getting subjected to a lot of pressure and inquiries from the Britishers. So he had moved out of Dehradun and went to Himachal Pradesh for his further studies. Once, when he reached the middle school, he came back and joined in the Gorkha military school in Dehradun itself. After passing out, he joined the 2nd Battalion of Gorkha Regiment in 1939. I'll tell you a little secret here. Do you know that at that point of time, he is the most educated person in the Gorkha Battalion? Then you can imagine how much hard it is for people to study. These days, we think, everybody studies, right? We don't see most of the people, especially from the towns and cities, we don't see people who are not studying. We think education is must for all. But imagine the situation at that point of time. Because of his patriotism, because of his courage, because of his educational background, everything, he was sent to Pune for learning about electronics, signaling, telephony, and all that stuff. And he started working hard there. And then slowly, when he attained the right age, he got married to Sharda Devi from Dehradun region itself. But unfortunately, after 3 days after his marriage, he was called to report for the war duty as World War II was going on at that point of time. I'm talking about 1941. Okay. So that is a time when immediately after the marriage, our Durga Malla was being called to report back to the war duty. As a sincere soldier, he never thought even for a single moment. He told all his former byes to all his friends and family members, and even to his newly wife. And he went to Burma to fight against Japanese on behalf of Britishers. So when he started fighting in Rangoon, Burma, and all those areas, he started feeling like, why should I fight for Britishers? Britishers are already oppressing Indians. And so instead of, as a true Indian, I should be the one who should be fighting against the Britishers instead of fighting for Britishers. So luckily, his team leader, another major in that Gorkha regiment, was also having similar thoughts. In the meantime, since this fighting was going on, they started discussing a lot, and they started, changing a lot of other people in his Gorkha regiment to fight with Japanese against Britishers. Luckily for them, that's the time when Subhash Chandra Bose was started talking with Japanese guys about setting up an army. So when these people went and approached Japanese saying, "We will fight, will join your team to fight against Britishers," Japanese guys introduced them to Subhash Chandra Bose ji. And so that is when in 1942, when Subhash Chandra Bose announced the initiation of Azad Hind Fauz, or Indian National Army, our Durga Malla, our hero, and his team members have joined into INA. Initially, he was very active in getting most of the other folks from Gorkha regiment into INA. He started going in and around the places of Burma, Rangoon, even our current Assam area, everywhere. And he was talking to those people and telling about the benefits of joining INA, and he was inducting them. Because of his true work and dedication, he was given the promotion, and he started reporting directly to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And he's very good spy. Apart from his knowledge in technology like telephony, signaling, and all the stuff, he is a very good spy. So he started spying in the current greater Assam region, that is near Manipur, Kohima, and Impal, all these areas. And he's collecting important information about Britishers, how they are treating Assamese, how they are treating the fellow Indians, and passing on to the information to the headquarters in Rangoon through his telephony skills. Unfortunately, he got arrested on one day. That is in 1942. And when he got arrested, he was put into the prison barracks in Red Fort. He was tortured a lot by Britishers because Britishers wanted to completely smash away the INA. And he is the first known face of INA whom the Britishers could arrest. So they tortured him like crazy. And you know what? They even called his wife, with whom he had spent only for 3 days in 1941, to Red Fort, and gave permission for her to meet him so that she can convince him about becoming a traitor to INA, so that he can divulge all the information about INA to Britishers. And that way, with that information, Britishers can smash INA. But being a steadfast patriotic, being very determined man, he never opened even a single bit of information about INA to the Britishers. So Britishers got really tired of him, and so they hanged him on August 25th in Delhi. And that is a time when the Gorkha regiment started celebrating August 25th as the Atma Balidan Day, because he had willingly gone ahead and got hanged, our hero, the Major Durga Malla, isn't it? To remember his supreme sacrifice, Gorkha regiment even till date celebrates August 25th as the Atma Balidan Day, and they remember about him, and they talk a lot of stories about him. In fact, his statues are also installed in Parliament House as well as in his Gorkha Regiment headquarters, and the expenditure was borne by Gorkha Regiment. Isn't it amazing, my dear friends? Imagine a small boy coming from a very small village in Uttarakhand, from the hilly region of Uttarakhand, and going ahead and becoming a face of INA. And he's the first supreme sacrifice was done by our Major Durga Malla. Though the Gurkha regiment remembers him every year and talks about his courage, bravery, and how he was helping them and all the stuff, we fellow human beings, Indians, doesn't know much about him. We go to Parliament House or we visit Red Fort and we see this statue. Oh, we think, okay, some other soldier. But don't you all agree that these are the lessons that we need to learn in our history books? Before we part, I just want to give you one few words from him. When his wife Shada Devi met him in the Delhi prison, Red Fort prison, he got only 5 minutes to talk, and Shada Devi tried convincing him, which he didn't say. And you know what was his parting words to Shada Devi? Sharda, I'm sacrificing my life for the freedom of my motherland. You need not be worried and distressed. Crores of Indians will be there with you to take care of you after my death. The sacrifice I'm offering will not go in vain. I'm confident that this too shall pass. It's only a matter of time. My dear friends, whenever you read this kind of statements, what is it comes to your mind or heart? In fact, one small doubt nags my mind. Have we really taken care of Shahada Devi or all other fellow family members of the Indian Army? People who got died in wars, different wars? Not even about the British, I mean, I'm talking about the martyrs from the independence movement. Even great, Kargil war has happened. So many infiltrations are happening to India, and so many major army people are dying day in and day out. As fellow Indians, are we taking care of them? I just want to leave you all with this question for today. Think about it. Come back to me what you think and how we should act as fellow human beings. I mean, fellow human Indians. Not, I'm not even talking about the global village here. I'm talking about India. What should be our feeling? How we should react? Take care. Bye bye.